If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Poton Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. So this deck got second place, I believe, at that same regional. This FLAAFFY deck that relies on Dynamotor, allowing you to attach a Lightning Energy card from a discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. And you can power up Zakrum's Wild Shock attack to 130 and paralyzing 60 damage to itself, but you hit Lugia for weakness, that's 260, and then you're able to use Yoga Loop to put 2 damage counters on the Lugia, and you get 2 prizes and an extra full turn for yourself, and that allows you to like do something else, attack whatever they have up. You can also use Snorlax with the Stomping Snore attack. With the Unfazed Fat ability, you don't get affected by Sableye and whatnot. We also have Regieleki with the Third Spark attack and dealing damage to bench Pokemon, and we have Zapdos to increase our damage output by 10, allowing Zekrom to just outright 1 KO or Regieleki to do sort of the same Zekrom trick. Now we do have 2 speed and 8 basic lightnings. We have level balls, quick balls, and ultra balls to help set up and get energies into a discard pile, and then we have Research, Marnie, Serena, and Boss, along with Ordinary Rod for recovery and a couple of scuba nets to make sure that you don't get stuck with anything in the active. That's important. Raikou is another solid lightning type attacker, and let's jump into a ladder and hopefully do a little bit better this time round. All right. Those games with Frostmoth box were not super convincing, honestly. All right. So there's the head flips. Do want to go first, I believe, with the deck. Let's get the FLAAFFYs going. We can start pressuring with Raikou. That is perfectly fine by me. Hopefully off of the top deck, the speed and the fleet-footed, we can find at least one Mareep to establish and help us out. And we're up against not the most standard deck. So maybe I'm starting to get trapped in Elo L. And that's it. That's all we need to do. We're not threatened on turn 1, of course. They can't evolve. Having 3 of our 8 supporters in our starting hand is never ideal, but not much I can actually do about it. Okay. I mean, knocking out the Magnemite will be really, really impactful. I'll go ahead and bench this Snorlax, I guess. And sure. Alright, and I'm just gonna go ahead and research. If I fleet-footed, the chance of me finding a Mareep was not very high. The chance of finding something that I didn't want to discard were so much higher. And here we are, now with the potential double Mareep. Let's go ahead and quick pull away this for yet another one. The paralysis could come in handy as well. It'd be really, really good. And we'll go ahead and lightning run the KO. So no Magnezone means it's going to be really hard for my opponent to pull up the B-Star attack from Dialga next turn. Clearly we're not up against a very competitive deck, but still important to see this deck in action and make the correct choices each time. Now my opponent choosing to have the Dialga in the active means that I have an opening for Zekrom to paralyze. Yeah, I can't one-KO the Dialga, but I can use Zekrom to paralyze if I find another FLAAFFY, and the Zekrom had an energy, and hopefully Marnie doesn't do its party trick. That's gonna be a little sad if it does, but we'll see. And okay, there's the Zekrom, there's Crobat for extra draw, and there's at least one FLAAFFY. It's good. Extra energy, now that's a little scary, because they can move the energy around. So it's gonna come down to, does my opponent play switching cards, and how many do they play? why would you choose to deal less damage? I guess if they're not aware of what I can or cannot do. Alright, so there's the Zekrom, the second one. So I'm probably gonna have to quick wall that away, just to make sure that I can draw as many cards as possible right here. Alright, so we'll bench the Zekrom and we will draw 6. We need another FLAAFFY and an energy. There's the other FLAAFFY. And now I have the potential for another energy. I could also go boss, knock out the Bronzong. That would set my opponents a little behind. I feel like paralyzing the Dial. Well, the thing is, they can save the energies anyways, right? Eh. I think it's actually decent to go for the Zekrom play. The paralysis on the active, and I am able to find an energy, which is fantastic. I can also draw an extra card with fleet-footed before I commit. Ayudeto, thanks so much for being here. Now we get to Dynamotor onto Zekrom for the paralysis, and then we have to follow up with the Raikou once again, or the Snorlax if we want to use a single prize attacker. We'll Wild Shock, paralyzing the Dialga. We'll see if my opponent has any sort of anti-paralysis method, such as Bird Keepers or switches or escape ropes or something. And then they might not, and then they'll just transfer away the energy, which would allow me to just go boss on the energy. Losing a Colress. And now there's 2 Bronzongs as well. If they bench another Dialga, then that's going to be annoying, but I will be 3 prizes ahead, so I will at least match their V-Star if they go KO1B, KO1B. We'll see. Ooh. Well, the Pokestop gives them the switch. That's not very nice. Okay, so they can switch out to something else. What do they switch out into? The Station? I could paralyze again. So they want to switch out into something that I can KO so that they're not in a paralysis situation, but they choose not to. Okay. Are they just gonna attack? Jelly with Zekrom? Yeah, you could, Mario. The thing is, like, in order for Zekrom to work, you need the FLAAFFY, right? And you don't have a lot of wiggle room to, like, quick shooting. Like, the reason why Articuno works with the Jelly is because it has the Inteleon line for backup, right? So you get to use Radiant LXM and quick shooting, whereas this deck, like, you can't even directly search for the emergency Jelly when you need it, so that's a problem. Okay, so I can go Serena, KO the Dialga. I cannot KO the Station, and I'm down both my Zekroms. If I fill up my bench, I'll be doing 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So it would open up the Medicham play, so I have my own. Star Kronos, basically. The question is, should I do that? I don't have it. Why doesn't this deck play one Raichu B? Hey Jeremy, thanks so much for being here. I'm honestly not sure what I want to do here. I think it's just play towards the Medicham play of sorts. I really think that's my plan. I could also just power up the Snorlax and hit with that. Doesn't seem bad at all. Or it's just KO. Yeah, the Dialga means they don't have a free turn. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna Dynamotor and take a KO with Snorlax onto the Dialga. That's the plan. That is absolutely the plan here. And sure. Alright. Yeah, that's 100% the plan, because then they don't have their V-Star no matter what. And sure, they have access to Station attacking again, but if they just knock out the Snorlax, then I'm in a decent spot. I somehow managed to wake up. Yeah, being both Zekroms down, though, is so unfortunate. Because I don't have that ordinary rod exactly. Exactly, that's the card that I was hoping to find this turn. I mean, I could dig for it with the Pokestop. That Pokestop now got rid of 2 supporters and an energy for them. See the air balloon on the active, interesting. And a research. Okay, so no boss, that's really good. Interesting that they chose not to mark. But I guess they're looking for the Dialga. We see an attachment. If I top deck Ordinary Rod, that would be incredible. Okay, I can go to Arena KO the Crobat, and then I just need to find one boss. That doesn't seem unreasonable. There's the boss. Speaking of, my opponent's only down 2 Marnies, in fact. But I think that's my plan, right? I do believe that's my plan. So I can grab the FLAAFFY. Do I have enough? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Ooh, it's not enough. So I need a basic. I could grab the Zapdos. No, I need a follow-up attacker, right? I need something that can KO the Bronzong, and Regieleki can be that. And here I am dealing 180 exactly. So not even bothering at that station at all. I can just leave both attackers powered up. That's completely fine. Honestly, I can also Ultra Ball. Get the FLAAFFY. And then I have 3 cards in hand. I've also deck thinned quite a bit. I can also Dynamotor onto you just in case. Honestly, I can do this, not a problem. That way I claim 3 extra cards. I can also fleet-footed for 1 more. There's the rod. Alright, and we go Lightning Rod. Perfect KO. And now we have the boss. My opponent needs to Marnie me. And even if, well, no, if they do Marnie me, then they're 1 boss away from winning. So we're not in the clear yet because I have that Crobat on the bench. If I didn't have the Crobat, then I'd have 2 turns and it'd be fine. There's the Dialga, there's the Saucer, a little too late for that, so I'm glad I took that down when I could. See the Colress, so no Barney. That means GG. All right, so that is all. I thought about it. I thought about putting the Zekrom. I was mostly focusing on only boss as an out to win the game. Because I don't know how many switching outs they play. So, but yeah, that could have been a play. I did consider it briefly, but I figured my outs, like if I put the Zekroms back into the deck and I get Roxanne, then less of a chance of being able to find the boss, right? So, I don't know. With no information on my opponent's deck, probably correct to play the Rod for the Zekrom. Usually decks like that don't play Roxanne, right? So that also factored into the decision. Any outs for not have Regieleki? What do you mean? Like the Regieleki was there and powered up, so. What do you mean, any outs for not have Regieleki? But yeah, maybe putting 1 Zekrom back would have been fine with the rod, right? Because you're trading one card for one card. So yeah, putting one Zekrom back would have been correct. You're right. Okay, this hand sucks. This hand actually really sucks. I have a lot of outs, but no guarantee I'll get any of them. Oh, build the deck without Regieleki? I mean, sure, you could. You could play the Zapdos that does 160 to a V. You could use other attackers. Ooh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. I feel like Snorlax could be good despite saying the fact that there's going to be a Volbeat that can't attack. Should be alright. Okay, so I need an attacker that can KO, that can deal damage to the Vulpix. Hey, Kevin. Thanks so much for being here. Alright. Do I want Greninja here? Hey, Sergio, thanks so much for being here. Do I want Greninja here? Is Greninja the correct Pokemon? Power up and have as a way. No, I think it's better to just have the Zekrom ready to go. Alright. I have the Scoop Up Net, which is nice. I threaten the Paralysis, which is also pretty cool. So we'll leave it here. The Arena Greninja is nice, but I feel like the bench is also very clogged in a lot of ways. But yeah, like, why wouldn't you want to have Regieleki in the deck? Regieleki seems like a good card. Okay. Lost City. It's gonna make things a little trickier. Hey, Toby, indeed, just trying to have a little bit more variety. It's been a long time since I live streamed on YouTube, right? And I feel like you don't get ads on YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure you don't get ads on YouTube when you join a stream. Oh, wow, what? Okay, I priced 2 FLAAFFYs. That's not great. That's gonna make this really not complicated, but definitely not great. Okay. The Radiant Carnivore doesn't do much. Alright, let's scoop up net you. And sure, let's do 10 extra. Well, it's not worth it though. Definitely bench the Aleki. Sure, I'll bench the Zapdos, I guess. Okay, so my issue is they didn't evolve. So maybe they already have the card and they're expecting the Wild Shock, or maybe they didn't find it. Like, maybe they're just holding the Vulpix. I'm gonna, like, it's 5 random cards versus 4 random cards, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I don't want to lose my Zekrom, but not having another FLAAFFY to power up means my damage output is really limited next turn. Really potentially limited. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. But yeah, like, I'm trying streaming on YouTube. I believe when you join a stream, you don't get ads. Hopefully that's good. FLAAFFY box treating me alright. Treating me a little awkward. I feel like it's really missing. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't play Raichupi in this deck. As a way to get like that, boom, that extra damage, you know? Okay, so I won't be able to paralyze. Oh my gosh, imagine if I could go rope and attack with a Lecky this turn. This would be... Oh, I'd be 10 short, never mind. Never mind, I would be 10 damage short. Okay, but this does allow me to establish that extra energy that I might need. By Ultra Ball here, I'm revealing that I don't have another FLAAFFY, but I feel like I need to. Is there ever a universe where I escape rope, though? Shouldn't have lid with the Dynamotor. No, I feel like I need to unlock a FLAAFFY, and I have 2 of them, so decent chances. So I'm just gonna do this. I will reveal the fact that I don't have another FLAAFFY, because like, why wouldn't you, right? I'll go ahead and grab this mana fee and I'll thin it. I don't expect any sort of bench damage from my opponent. And I am able to find an energy. So that's good. So now with Wild Shock, we get this KO. So 2 for 1 trade, always happy with that. Come on. Alright, there's one FLAAFFY, that's good. So I guess in an ideal world, back to back Eleki attacks is what I want to do. To eliminate the Bibarel as well. That would be pretty sweet. My opponent choosing to evolve means the paralysis will be even more effective, except there's this parasol right here, so I won't be able to paralyze the active, but that's fine. The Zapdos, I mean, meh. How much retreat does this have? Just 1, right? Yeah. You don't have the energy yet, though. I could also just like attack with a Lecky, go into Snorlax as a way to KO. Without a third FLAAFFY though, the energies will run out quickly, so I do need to get closer to the Ordinary Rod or unlock the third FLAAFFY, and I do need the bench space too. So we'll see, but for now we're good. Okay, we'll lose the FLAAFFY. Not the end of the world. Okay. Yeah, Ampharos EX will probably make this deck even better, right? Like Ampharos and what's the Pokemon? Miraidon? Right? Yeah, that's like both of those Pokemon will definitely make this a tier 1 deck. Or something along those lines. Okay. So I think I established the third Mareep here, right? I think I get rid of the Raikou as well. Well, no. I'm just gonna Ultra Ball for the other FLAAFFY though, for sure. And I'm just gonna research. I lose a Serena, but I think that'll be okay. I still have 2 more Serenas and a boss, so that's fine. That is fine. I wanna get close to the Ordinary Rod. Alright, which there it is. So do I just do it now? Get back the Sacrum and the FLAAFFY. I think that seems reasonable, honestly. Do this. I want to lose all my energies, however. Sure, because of Marnie, I'm just gonna do it now. Only 2 Pokemon. Right. And yeah, powering up this Snorlax seems reasonable here. Alright. So we go Terra Spark, just damage these 2. I'm probably not winning through knocking out this dude, but I mean, maybe there's a universe where I can knock this dude out and then go boss KO. Like, if I attack with a Lecky again on Vulpix and place the damage here and here, then... Oh, I just used my Ordinary Rod, never mind. I need to wait 1 turn. I thought about it and then I didn't do it. If I put an Lecky back and I have a third Lecky, then I can win into attack. Oh well. What's done is done. I mean, I'm in such a good position though. This deck is also like not very competitive. If I knock out the Vulpix here, imagine like if I could knock out the Vulpix and have a Raichu B, then I could just win outright. Well, my other Lecky was priced that way, so. So I should just KO, right? With Snorlax. And then maybe I can go boss KO the Vulpix. Sure. Why not? Yeah, I think my game plan is boss KO the Vulpix then. Right. Oh, Snorlax won't KO. Whoops. Good job, Paolo. Good job. That is bad. Whoopsies. Okay. At least I woke up. What do I think of running Temple of Sinnoh in Lugia? But Temple of Sinnoh, Jeremy, Temple of Sinnoh would also stop your own special energies. So that doesn't seem ideal, right? Wow, I really messed up here. Whoops. You want to admit that that Kyurem is better than what? Sack, man. Better than this? Sure. It's definitely better than this. Okay. I did a very silly. Oopsies. Alright. Should still be okay, though. I believe we'll be okay. I have a plan. Okay. We're gonna paralyze this Vulpix, which has 270 HP. The Zapdos actually isn't helping me. 10. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Trust me. As long as they don't have a way out of front. Gosh, but I really messed up though. I really did mess up. Let's get the other Sacrum out. I really did mess up. Ice Rider is better than Kyurem? No, I don't think Ice Rider is better than Kyurem. Oh, they have a switch. Darn it. What is going on? What? That's the third Lost City? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can. Yeah, that's a big chunk. But they have the switch anyway. Okay, this is not good, friends. I can still win if I find a raw boss or Serena off of this. Or of my prizes, too. Oh, they have this, too. Darn it. My Raikou is useless as well. Yeah, I'm pretty dead. Okay, well, I have a chance still. A small one, but a chance. Okay, let's go. This. How much HP? This has 130 and this has 110. Oh, but you don't accept. Oh, 110. That's okay. Okay, I have a chance. I have a chance because they can't KO my thing. So if I top deck Serena or boss, I can still win. Well, Sackman, I mean, sure, you might have in the ladder never lost to Kyurem, but I will say that based on tournament results and the fact that those are more representative of a competitive environment, clearly Kyurem is the better choice. How would they trap it though? If they boss the Raikou, I have an energy to retreat. Like, my plan is to promote the Raikou. That way I can fleet-foot it and go... Oh wait, they... What? Now I just win. Why is it risky though? They can't KO it. How would they trap it? How would they trap the Raikou? Yeah, it's one retreat. That's why I did. But now they... I mean, I got this. Now I didn't need boss. All I needed was... Or Serena. All I needed was the research into the FLAAFFY, or I just got the FLAAFFY. Yeah, now I can win with Zapdos. Why would they attack with this one? That makes no sense. I mean, I also unlocked the Regieleki, but I'll attack with Zapdos for bonus points. Why wouldn't they force me to have the thing? Jeremy Duty, so generally, it stops Evil Doll, but also stops your Evil Doll. Like, it hurts you too much. Is this enough? Am I missing something? Oh, it has an ability. Oh my god. I did it. Okay, if I had used Regieleki, I win, right? I forgot about the ability 2 times. Oh my gosh. This is the first time playing it solo level things. If I just benched it at Lecky, I win. Jeremy, generally, no, you can't play Temple of Sinnoh in Lugia. Like, it hurts you too much. You depend on double turbos, aurora energies, capture energies, powerful energies. It doesn't matter if you're stopping those in the mirrors because your own deck won't function properly. Like, it prevents one KOs in the mirror. It also prevents you from one KOing the mirror, so you're evening the field anyways. If there's no Temple of Sinnoh, then you can 1-KO and they can 1-KO. If there's Temple of Sinnoh, they can't 1-KO, but you are not 1-KOing. So, in the end, like, you're not gaining an advantage, right? Like, against Regis, you're better off playing Collapse Stadium. That's more impactful against Regis. And against Control, you can just play an Eldegoss and a Birdkeeper, and then you just shuffle forever, and then you don't lose. Yeah, so generally, Temple of Sinnoh and Lugia would 100% not be a good idea. Alright. Okay, nice. We can establish a bunch of FLAAFFYs here. And I don't know what I'm up against. But I do want to keep the Storm Mountains available just in case. And sure, I'll establish the Mareep. And I'll do this, and we'll pass. FLAAFFY Box or Articuno Inteleon. I mean, not that one is better than the other. Honestly, I haven't been able to play too much with either, but I feel like I would play FLAAFFY Box. FLAAFFY Box is more appealing, but I feel like you really want the Raichu. Like, I don't understand why Raichu is not in here. What the heck? Yeah, like, the only thing you would generally be stopping is, like, Control, maybe. But, like, how many Temple of Sinnohs are you playing? They also play Stadiums, right? So you can just counter and discard your energies again. And, like, you're just limiting yourself too much. If you need to counter a Path to Peak with Temple of Sinnoh, then you become a very mediocre deck. You don't threaten Charizard, you don't threaten Evil Doll, and your damage output becomes 220. So, no, Temple of Sinnoh in Lugia would not be a good idea, trust me. Yeah, exactly. Raichu here would be really good as a closer, exactly. I don't understand why there isn't a Raichu. Like, it just means your damage output is no longer limited, right? Like, slowly but surely, and then you build the Raichu with 4 energies. On 1 turn, that's 320 damage. That's a KO on pretty much everything relevant. Okay, that Manaphy is very annoying. What a turn for my opponent, but I have no idea. Absolutely no clue what Samurott does. Absolutely no clue. Alright. What I do know is I need FLAAFFYs. I don't know if I want to go research on all of this, though. My chance of getting what I need of Marnie are much lower, but I don't think I could get rid of all of that. And of course, 1 energy. Oh wait, I'm not at 1 energy shop, actually, thanks to the scoop of net. Maybe I overdid it with the energy discards. I should have just kept 1 in my hand, but at least I can do this, right? And reutilize FLAAFFY. Yeah, like if you want to beat Control with Lugia, just play 1 Eldegoss and 1 Birdkeeper, and now you beat Control. With Raichu, the deck breaks too much. Really? Playing 1 Raichu? Like, you already play Medicham, you already play Raikou. I can't imagine how 1 Raichu would make your deck break. Like, 1 extra basic Pokemon? How would that make you break? Swampert has the same discard draw 3 ability as Swampert, and its attack is 60 plus 20 times the number of energies you have in play. Okay, so my elo has come down quite a bit, I guess. Is the stream okay, by the way? Is the sound okay? Is everything alright? Right. Willy stats. You must discard a card, draw 3, 20 plus 20 more for each energy. But so twin energy only counts for 2, right? So I mean, they're setting up pretty nicely. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, Jay. Alright, so gonna get a KO. That's alright. I can return KO. We'll see if they have any outs to paralysis as well. I mean, it's working really nicely, right? And now they have an extra 9 cards every turn if they want, which is really impactful. Really cool. Ultras as well. I mean, cool deck. I generally did not know this card existed at all. I generally did not know. So why wouldn't you spread that energy over here, though? But like, it's so much, right? It's so much, so many resources to do 200 damage. If it was 30 plus, we'd be talking a different game, but that's just not good enough, I feel. Okay. Sucks that I lose the Medicham, but I don't see any effective use in this because I can only increase my damage to 140 and I'd be, yeah. So I reckon I'm just gonna do this. Stormy Mountains. I mean, I'd rather have this as well. I'll counter the stadium. Hey, Mr. Proto. So I decided to try a stream on YouTube today. See how people liked it, see how things went, yeah. But that doesn't mean I'll always stream here. I just figured it would be a nice change of pace, you know? Okay, what I can do, I guess, is... I mean, in a situation where I have a boss, at some point I could go Sacrum into boss, but first I need to get rid of the mask. Never mind. Alright, so sure, I'll take the paralysis. It's scary though. This Emerald is actually quite scary now. Alright. Get rid of these two, get ourselves another FLAAFFY at price 2 again. Yeah, if it were good it'd be fun, but... Alright. So now let's go Dynamotor onto the Snorlax. I mean, they can draw 10 extra cards per turn with their top deck plus whatever Samurott gives them. So this is a little scary, and if they have any paralysis outs, they will be able to find one. If they don't, then it's a matter of I start the quite straight up. As long as I can keep it up, I should be fine, but we'll see if I can. My damage output is more limited than them. I do have Raikou as a finisher once they have one prize card left. So we'll see. See how things go. But yeah, I might come back to Twitch, I might not. I probably will. Like, generally, so my reasoning to live stream today on YouTube is the fact that, I mean, I do have 22,500 subscribers on YouTube. So I figured the notification would arrive to a lot more people than on Twitch. And I expected a higher viewership. That has not been the case. It's actually similar to what I normally have on Twitch. So given that, Twitch does offer, like, it's a little easier to like support the channel, right? With subscriptions, with bits and whatnot. So it generally comes down to the support. If I get more support on YouTube, I'll stick to YouTube. If I get more support on Twitch, I'll stick to Twitch. You've seen Tricky Jim play this deck. He took out the Zapdos and had a Raichu. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a solid change. Though I don't like switching the Zapdos for the Raichu, but I do like having a Raichu. I feel like the Zapdos making it so that you can just outright one-kill the Lugia, because if you do the Lugia trick, the Sacrum trick with the Medicham, like there's a chance you also start the Medicham, or you can't find it or something, or you don't have the bench space as well, so it's not like completely foolproof. Okay, so I do have the boss. I can grab what? Zapdos? No, let's just thin the other Sacrum. Let's thin you for the third FLAAFFY, which I did unlock. Now I'm guaranteed to get back-to-back attacks. So it's gonna come down to, does my opponent have... I mean, they probably have ways to recover Pokemon, right? They're down one Ordinary. So what if this turn, I just knock out the mana? I mean, if I grab Zapdos, then I wouldn't need to invest 3 energies. It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna take this turn to knock out the Manaphy. Because then, maybe the Regieleki could do a little bit of pressure. Maybe, like, I wouldn't rely on the Paralysis Sticking to just get a KO. So, I don't know. And maybe they make a mistake and they bench, and then I find an extra prize that way, somehow. Alright. I figured that was worth it, for sure. Okay. I also wanted to like finally live stream with my standing desk. I finally was able to acquire a standing desk for a really good price. So I'm trying to be more active. I have a lot more freedom. I don't like being sitting down all the time. So this is something that's different. All right. There's a Noshawott, which I can pressure. They're down 3 rare candy, so like a solid Marnie into an Aleki attack could actually add a lot of pressure. Like I can put 40 here, 40 here. Oh, but you know what? I can't use Aleki because then they have the Manaphy. Never mind. Okay, it's all about Sacrum then. Sacrum and the other Snorlax if I'm able to find. Do I play another Snorlax? I think I did, but maybe I don't. I'm actually not sure if I play another Snorlax or not. I thought I did, but I'm not sure anymore. We haven't seen any paralysis out so far. You see an air balloon, but no switches, no scoop up nets. My opponent's damage output, if they scoop up net, would be a little limited. Noob 2.0, thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna party here. So okay, now it comes down to the paralysis, and now I'm dead drawing as well, so that's not great. Tricky Gym is another really cool channel. Okay, there's a Snorlax as well. I have 2 Quick Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, Research, and Serena, so I mean, I'm hoping I'll be able to find something here. Okay, there's a Research and there's a Serena, so that's good. That's probably good enough. Don't misclick. No, it's not Sticky Gym, it's Tricky Gym. Alrighty, so we're gonna paralyze here. Wild Shock. What outs do they have to paralyze? That is the question. If they have any outs, this is where they turn the tables and we could be in trouble. Though their energy is a little limited. This is where they could turn the tables. And could get scary. I'm gonna go run for some water. 35. Here's the last rare candy. Oh, I did get Roxanne, but I did get the Ordinary, so that's good. And put back the 2 Sacrams once this one goes down, and then I can search for it. I feel like they would have found another stadium by now. Now they have 3 cards as well. I know, Toby, I know. Back Roxanne and Marty. Okay. They shouldn't have any way to get out of paralysis, right? So that's good. Do I want to KO something with the boss? I don't think that's necessary. Let's just slash for the KO. Oh, I don't do self-damage, right? And you never know. Jesús, puedes escribir en español y te contesto en español, no hay ningún problema. La verdad es que el contenido en español, pues al final como ya me dedico a esto y vivo de esto, pues tengo que hacer lo que, así que lo que me da de comer y lo que, ¿cómo se dice? Pues lo que paga las cuentas, ¿sabes? Entonces, pues por eso es que dejé de hacer contenido en español, porque la verdad es que el apoyo a los videos en español era mucho menor. La remuneración que recibo de los videos en español también es mucho menor. Y la gente latina en general no apoya el canal, no, o sea, y obviamente hay muchos que sí, ajá, pero no lo suficientes como para justificar el tiempo que tengo que invertirle a, ¿sí me explico? Entonces es una decisión puramente de que pues tengo que pagar mi renta y eso influye. Alright, nice research top deck. And this will be almost GG, I reckon. Very nice research top deck for sure. Now I'm gonna route back just Pokemon with the Snorlax and the Zekrom. Right? I mean, I can use Raikou as well now, if necessary, and I can dig for it as well, if necessary. So we should be good. Yeah, Mario. I mean, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so I was asked like, why am I not making any more Spanish content? And like, there's many reasons, but it's mostly that when this became my full-time job and no longer my hobby, I needed to do what's like generally best for me in terms of what pays the bills. You know, I have to feed myself, I have to pay my rent, I have to feed my dog, and so the support on the Spanish content in general was way lower. The Google ads also are much lower when they're in Spanish than when they're in English. So there's a lot that goes into a decision, but it's like it all comes down to the time that I spent doing Spanish content as well as English was a really big extra workload that I couldn't justify anymore, you know, in terms of the return that I would get for the content, right? And of course, everything can be long-term in the sense that like eventually it would grow, right? Just like the English part has grown. But that's the thing, like when it became my job, I had to prioritize the things that supported me the most, right? And most sponsors are only interested in the English content. I have way more haters from Latin America than from anywhere else, so that's also a little discouraging. So there's many things that factor into the decision for me to stop making Spanish content. I did try to do a separate Spanish channel, and like if the support there had been overwhelming and really high and like I don't know, but like barely few people subscribed and the growth was like super slow coming from like a 20,000 YouTube channel. I expected like a little bit more push through to the other one, but so a lot went into the decision. It wasn't easy, and when I started doing Tablemon and I started doing videos, I started it as a hobby, right? So I just did it on my free time, and sometimes I did videos, sometimes I didn't. But when it did become my full-time job, that's when I needed to prioritize what literally feeds me, you know. So that's why. And I don't know, maybe generally there's a few conversations I've had, there's maybe some opportunities to do something in Spanish in the future. Yeah, I know TPCI is turning to look a little bit more towards LATAM, and I have been approached by some people to uh, regarding like Spanish content and Spanish interest, yeah, and Spanish like collaborations. But right now it's really difficult for me to justify with the limited amount of time that I have, because like I could spend more time recording videos and doing Spanish content, but I also want to have a good work-life balance between what I do and like going out with my girlfriend and traveling and the tournaments and competing and making content and just like playing video games that I enjoy and watching the World Cup. And there's a lot, right? Like I feel like I did get at one point, like Tablemon was everything for me, like literally everything. I was doing Tablemon 24/7, and I got really burnt out, like really burnt out. So yeah, I know I need a better balance, right? Than I used to have, and I'm in a decent spot right now where, like, if I don't publish a video, um, one day, like I used to get super anxious about it, and now it's like, okay, well, one day I didn't have the time or the passion to record a video. I'm trying to focus more on quality than quantity, so that's the sort of thing that I'm trying to do. And Dragon Hero, I mean, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I know I have my attitude, my defects, my I've made mistakes in the past, and I don't know. I mean, there's haters everywhere, and it's a 99-to-1 distribution of people that support me and that offer kind words, and people that for some reason choose to hate on me. And I've learned to accept that um, that's how content creation works, and that's what you get when you expose yourself to in front of a camera. Some people will like it, some people will not like it, and such is life. Yeah, and I'm part of a um, very privileged group as well, um, because there's so many marginalized groups and everything. So I'm also very privileged in many senses. So I don't know. It's a complicated world out there. And speaking of complicated, I'm getting wrecked right here as I go into this deep, um, this deep, into this deep, profound analysis of my Pokemon career. I am getting absolutely wrecked here. Okay, but I can return KO with Raikou. So paralysis might be my only chance here. They're down with one switch. Okay, so I'm gonna establish a Mareep, and then with the thing, I'm gonna get Raikou. And I'm gonna attach. I'll be able to get a return KO, which is nice. I also have this. Oh, you know what? If I go escape rope, I'm getting 2 prizes instead of just 1. That seems better, right? Wait, am I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Never mind. Oh, maybe I am, actually. But I'd have to bench the Medicham, and that's risky. But is that worth it? I think it is. I think it's better than just attacking into Meloida. Trading 2 for 2 is better. Alright. So I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I need 2 more, right? So let's first fleet-foot it, see if I can find something I don't have to bench. Nope. Okay. That's fine. Let's get rid of you. Let's establish paralysis friend for 1. Oh, you know what? I could grab Greninja and then draw 2 more cards and see if I can find a basic there instead of having to bench the Medicham. But I'm trying to avoid it benching the Medicham at all costs. There we go. Nice. Nice. Alright. Pretty cool. Alrighty. You really like watching me in the commentator booth at LAC was really cool. I really appreciate that, Hero. I was very happy doing it. I was actually I was more surprised. I was kind of surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and I'm really hoping they'll call me back for future events. Unfortunately, I can't make it to the Oceania tournament because I need a visa for Australia, and it's too late. Like, even if they ask me today, it's too late to get that in time. So I'm definitely not commentating Oceania, but hopefully I get asked for other tournaments. Okay, my opponent has now wasted another switch, which is really good. And Jesus, you agree on that decision, and I think that most of TCG players are English related, so you're not necessarily losing us, Latin community, because we can still understand the content. Yeah, that also factored into the decision. I feel like English is the most spoken language in the world, right? So by continuing to make English content, most Spanish speakers that are invested into the game will probably understand. And some people have actually told me that their English has, like, watching my videos, it helps them improve as well their English, right? Because we're talking about some like things that they can understand with Pokemon, and then that helps their vocabulary. I've definitely had that feedback a little bit, so that also factored into the decision. And generally, the people who are interested in supporting the channel for what it is, they have been they have remained, right? And so there's a lot more Spanish-speaking people that watched the English videos than English-speaking people that watched also the Spanish videos. Okay, so let me focus now on this quickly. Now I'm missing the FLAAFFYs though. That's the scary part. So let's get Regieleki. That's the one that we want this turn. I will commit this energy though here. That way I only need one FLAAFFY as a follow-up to this. Then establish the Snorlax. Then we'll go research. And no way. I seriously missed Ultra Ball, Level Ball, or the FLAAFFY. Well, that's probably game. I mean, maybe not. It depends on the paralysis, but ugh, that is so sad. That is actually really sad. That is actually so sad. What a whiff. What a whiff. We've gotten to meet at a few regionals. I thank you for being cordial, even though I probably fanboyed a bit. No worries, Drunk Hero. I'm honestly not sure who exactly you are. A lot of people do come up to me at regionals, but I really appreciate, yeah, and like I really appreciate all sorts of interactions, and I'm always happy to meet people that enjoy my content or want to have a chat. I'm always happy. Yeah, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Jesus, you remember you watched all the GX era videos, and in that time you did 2 videos of every deck, the Spanish and the English, and the views of the Spanish ones were awful. I mean, they weren't awful, but they're always lower, right? And it's fine. And my decision on moving to English content only may be from that time, so not quite. Why not Stormy Mountains? I probably should have, you're right. Because I'm talking so much. I mean, my biggest decision was mostly for it generally was monetary. Yeah, I would like to say otherwise, but it was generally for the most part monetary. Yeah. Oof, yeah, FLAAFFY's now gone. And my opponent very smartly now using Mew instead of Meloetta. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I am in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I mean, generally, if the views in the end reflect on income, right? So if the income was there, regardless of the views, I would do it. But the issue is that the views were not there, you know, or the income was not there. And when I tried a different Spanish channel, the support also didn't follow. So probably because it had been so long since I stopped doing. the content, right? So, but it's okay. Yeah, maybe in the future. I've also wanted to expand into other video games and stuff. Okay, so here, now my plan has got to be 100% Sacrum. I'm gonna need a switching guard. I need paralysis to stick. And they're only down, well, they're down 2 switches and an escape rope, so maybe I have a chance. But missing that attack was so bad. So bad. Oh, and I lost. Oh, this is another mistake. They lost on the thing. Well, this is just going from bad to worst. Okay, I need 2 FLAAFFYs and a way to retreat. Well, there's 1 FLAAFFY. And the way to retreat. Alright, there's the second FLAAFFY. Okay, so maybe we can still do this. But it's gonna be tricky. Going to be very, very tricky. Alright. So we're gonna Dynamotor. Let's scoop up net. And paralyze, and hopefully they don't have a way out of paralysis. Stormy Mountains, does the 10 damage matter? 130 plus 180 is a KO, so I'm gonna keep the bench space open for now. Oof, my deck is so thin though. These energies are like gold. Alright. So if I can get 2 turns of paralysis, then maybe I can win. No. Well, okay. They were just holding it. Alrighty. Am I going to Vancouver again? I would love to. A lot depends on like channel support, sponsors, if coaching picks up after Cubs come back. I would love to, but right now I don't know. Yeah, it's like a 50-50 yes or no. And I did play Scarlet, Mr. Proto. I did play Scarlet. All right. I think we're going to move on to the next deck. So thank you so much to those of you who watched FLAAFFY Box.